Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, so I would like to know, do you struggle to stay grounded and to stay centered and feeling that calm and peace over you amidst all this chaos? If you're human, you might be. Now, I want to give you 3 things that you can do today that will help you recenter and help you stay grounded when we're all adjusting. And honestly, here's the truth of it. No matter what, like, we're all being affected by this. Even if you're the calmest person in the world and you're totally disconnected and you live out in the boonies, like, if you have human interaction right now at all, you're going to, like, there's energy out there, there's a vibration out there that's like, you just sense it, you feel it, and it's really I guess I'll use the word interesting to see like how people are engaging and interacting, and it's very I'm seeing this like shift where some people in the panic are looking at others as competition. And I'm seeing others who look at this situation for connection. And it's really interesting to observe this. But no matter where you're at, no matter who you are, if you are having any human interaction right now, you'll know there's an energy out there and there's this shift that's been happening. So what does that mean for you, and how do you need to show up right now for the best way possible for you and your family? And even my kids who, they're home from school right now, and they're really chill, but they're like, why are we home? Why didn't we go to church on Sunday? Why is swim class canceled? And they're asking me these questions because they're feeling the energy too. So this is why this is so important, because wherever you're at right now, you're passing that down to your kids. And so you're literally leaving a legacy behind for them of how to show up when times get hard. What they're watching you, and they're learning from you. So I'm going to give you 3 things that I do, and I literally just did this before the live video, and I'm like, I need to go on and like tell people this. It's so simple, you guys. But if you don't find a way to stay centered throughout all of this, and if you don't take the time to do it and make it a priority, you're going to get sucked into that whirlpool I talked about yesterday, where it's that negative energy, it's magnetic, it will pull you in. It's so easy and it's so quick. And I remember hearing someone on a podcast talk about how when negative things happen, we own it immediately. Like, we just make it a part of us, and like we literally go into, that's us. If someone says something negative about you, you just like, boom, yeah, it's true, it must be true, right? Whereas when people, or if you can try to fight it off, but it's hard when somebody says something negative about you. It's hard to push that away and forget about it and release it. When someone says something positive about us, like, hey, you look beautiful today. Oh no, my hair, no, it's not, like, no, this whole thing, we don't own the positive immediately. In fact, what they said in this podcast I listened to is it actually takes 15 seconds for us to make something positive a part of us, to really like embody it and step into it. So literally one of the things that I do right now, and I highly encourage you to do this, like it feels amazing when you experience a positive moment. Maybe that is finding a peach blossom on a tree that's just about to bloom. Maybe that's a sweet hug that your child gives you when they look in your eye and just say, I love you, Mom. Maybe it's family game night, or sitting around the table at dinner, or being thankful for this extra time that you giving, that like literally you can create this moment anytime. Like, you can be like cooking dinner in the kitchen, you can pause for 15 seconds and look around and be like, I'm so grateful that my family is here, that we're healthy, that I have enough food, that I'm cooking dinner for them right now. I'm so blessed. And you can sit in that for 15 seconds and make it a part of you. So I encourage you to no one can do this for you. That is why I'm going live. That is why I'm sharing this, because I want you to have the tools and the power to like step up and step into this, because no one can change your life, change your perspective, change your habits. No one can do any of this for you. It's up to you. So you can choose to do it or not. So that's one thing I want to share you is like literally take 15 seconds to find gratitude and to like just soak it up and just let it sit and just be with it. The other thing I would say is now is not a time to give up habits that are serving you that you maybe had before. Maybe you were like super bomb with like your workouts and you were just rocking your workouts. And now your kids are home, or you know, you just like maybe it's just you're in a funk because of everything that's going on, and you've started like, you know, skipping workouts or not eating great or not doing your reading, or you're listening to podcasts, whatever it was that was serving you before and helping you get closer to that person that you want to be and who you want to grow into. Now is a time to double down on that. Double down on the things that are serving you, and for like whatever is taking the place of that. I think for many of us it might be going on social media, tapping into, you know, what's in the news and what's the next update of what's going on, maybe checking Messenger, and there's a lot of panic there, you know. So when we're choosing to give up the things that were serving us and getting us closer to what we want, and we're replacing that with things that are dragging us down into that negative energy, we literally are creating our future. You are creating your day, and you are, if you want to use the word, manifesting that. Like, it is literally what you're focused on. So you can focus on those habits that you had and double down on them and go hardcore and be like, hey, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to really focus and get centered right now, and grow into that person I was working so hard to become before. Or I can tap into the negative over and 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 over again and hit refresh 1,000 times. What do you think that's going to do to you over time, over the course of these next few weeks, where, you know, there's going to be a lot of change, a lot of, you know, chaos. The truth is, I'm not saying don't be informed. I'm saying this isn't a time to forget your calling and your purpose on your life, to, you know, tap into the negative and not show up well as a mom, as a spouse, as a friend. This is a time to double down on the good. Double down on the good, okay? So, and then this, I want you to think right now too, is I talked about double downing on the good. So this is unique to you. And this is something like I work with my clients on, but what keeps you centered? Maybe it's meditation and prayer. Maybe it's fasting, or connecting with people who lift you up, encourage you, and speak life over you. Maybe it's reading. Maybe it's listening to music. Maybe it's dancing. What keeps you grounded? Maybe it's literally just going outside, taking your shoes off, and unless it's like, you know, negative 10 degrees where you're at, but taking your shoes off and going for a walk through the grass, looking at the sky, looking at the trees, like literally just reminding yourself that the earth is still here, that the seasons are coming, that the sun still rises, the sun still sets, the waves come in and out, that the moon still comes up at night. Like, there is things to ground yourself in that are certain, that are stable right now, and focus on those things. God is not changing. Your purpose and your calling and what He created you for is not changing. So why would you change right now? Now, and that's, Nicole, I think you just hopped on. I was just saying it's different for everybody. What I just did before I hopped on live is I sat here, I put on some like kind of like nature music, and I just sat here and I prayed and I meditated. It's really, really, really hard for me, you guys. I'm telling you to do these things because I do them, but I'm not telling you that it's easy. It is easy to tap into social media. It is easy to turn on the news. It's easy to get sucked into that magnetic energy that wants you there. Honestly, like fear loves fear. So it's like, hey, let's all the fearful people like come together. But if you want to rise above that, you have to do things that other people aren't doing. So find what connects you. Try a few things, and literally, and here's another thing, and I'll tell you what helps. So yesterday, I found myself, even though I'm not fearful right now, I found myself in a state of like feeling disoriented, where I almost couldn't have a complete sentence. And Shelby knows, she's like, yeah, she's my assistant. She's like, yeah, I could tell you were really off yesterday. And that's because like I knew I had too much on my plate and feeling like I needed to do all the things. So what that meant for me right now is I needed to I literally just started making a list of everything that was on my mind, and I love doing this. This is one of my favorite things. I dumped it on a piece of paper. Literally just start writing, disorganized, anything that's worrying you and burdening you at all that's on your mind. I just put it on paper. When it's on paper, I release it. I release it from my personal like responsibility to hold on to that and like worry about it and feel like I have to remember it. It's on paper. The paper is holding it for me. It's saving that space. So for me, all I have to do then after that, once I've released everything, is I clear my mind, meditation and prayer, and I clear my mind, and then I can look at this and I can take a deep breath and I can go, okay, what is the most important thing here? What do I need to do that's on here that is like a non-negotiable that I have to focus on? And the rest of it, I let the paper hold it for me. Like the rest of it, I just let go of until its time is next. Like when I'm done with that one thing I need to focus on, then I can focus on the next. So your life is not on hold right now. Your children are not on hold right now. The world is still moving and turning. It looks a little different, and there will be adjustments that we make, but like I said, there is certainty out there, and that is what you need to connect with right now. So find what keeps you centered, find those habits that you can continue, and the things that you need to release and let go of, and check yourself on what you're tapping into and what maybe isn't serving you. I promise you, you will find out what's going on. Somebody will let you know if it affects you. You will hear from probably 10 people what's going on. So you don't need to be checking in all the time into the negative of the world. If there's something that you need to know, you will find out. I feel very confident in that. So do what serves you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I do and what brings me peace, and I want to share that and pass that on to you. So, last thing. I'm doing a 5-day live series called Breaking Free, Finding Purpose in the Chaos. I feel like I just want to give you all my goodness and walk through this journey with you. If you want in on that, if you want information, please reach out to me. You can comment below or send me a message, and we can ride this ride together, okay? I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.